Evil is a rejection of life. Thus, I am a guardian against evil.
This is real firepower!
Hello and welcome everyone, my name's Troy, I make comic book videos, and in this video I will be vlogging my experience with Free Comic Book Day 2026. For those who don't know, Free Comic Book Day happens on the first Saturday of May every year and is the biggest celebration in the comic book world. Essentially, comic shops around the world open their doors and give free comics to anyone that walks in. It's like a cool event to celebrate the world of comics and try and help shops garner new customers. The idea is that when new customers walk in and they have a good time, they're more likely to return next time and become, regular customers that actually spend money. I've been going out the past few years and grabbing the free comic books because, they're free. And also I like just hanging out around the store and chatting with people about comic books. And since I've become a very, very small comic book YouTuber, I thought it'd be cool to vlog my day going to a few different comic book shops near me. 30 or so different books are being given out, but I'm only looking for 7 in particular. The first of which is Blue Lock, Full Color Selection, and Dragon Circus #1. I know I only ever really talk about comic books on this channel, but my love for reading started with manga, and Blue Lock is one of my favorites. When I go to my LCS, this is going to be the first issue I look for because, if I'm being honest, I have no clue what the demand is for this thing, so I don't know if any shops near me ordered any, and if they did, it would probably be a limited quantity, so I gotta rush and grab one. So I guess we're gonna find that out together. The next one I'm looking to grab is the Energon Universe 2026 Special #1. The Energon Universe is a corner of the comics world that I've been enjoying since it started, so I tend to look forward to these specials they release every year for Free Comic Book Day. I'm excited for this one in particular because as a preview to the newest book joining the Energon Universe, being Mask, written by Dan Waters. And apparently Daniel Warren Johnson is also writing something in here, so hopefully he comes back to write something for his Transformers run. After that, we have The Nice House on the Lake, Special Edition #1, and Something is Killing the Children, Road to Slaughter #1. Both of these issues are from series I don't read currently, but I've been wanting to start them recently, so I decided it would be cool to pick them up and, see what the series is all about. Next up, we have Decidium #1, written by Ram V. Now, Ram V is an author I'm very interested in because I've heard he's overall just really good, and especially his Detective Comics run is really good, so I've been wanting to read some more of his stuff, but admittedly, I haven't read anything of his yet. The concept of the series seemed really cool, and apparently it's not releasing through singles. I think they're only releasing the trade in November, so I thought it'd be cool to pick up this issue and see if this is a series I'd want to keep up with. The only Marvel book I'm getting is Amazing Spider-Man / Queen in Black #1. If I'm being honest, I'm only picking this up because there's a small story focusing on the Infernal Hulk, which is a comic I'm pulling right now. I could not care about whatever the rest is happening in this issue. And lastly, we have what could be the single best written comic book issue of all time. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight #1. In all honesty, I'm really excited for the game, and when I saw they announced a tie-in comic, I knew it had to come home with me, so I'm very excited to read it. Those are all the free issues I'm getting, but I also wanted to go out and look for some trades at Barnes & Noble as a way to celebrate the big comic book day. I want to buy some books. I decided I wanted to look for 2 compact-sized comics, 2 mangas, and 2 regular-sized trades. The list I had in mind was The Dark Knight Returns compact comic, Invincible 14, Jujutsu Kaisen 22, Blue Lock 28, Firepower Volume 1, and Batman Dark Patterns. If I have some extra money, I might try and buy the Ultra Mega first trade, or the last trade for Scott Pilgrim, so I can finally read that series that my friends are begging me to, read and watch the movie of. But yeah, that's the agenda for today. Let's get the trip started!
Here's the fit for today. I'm wearing my Spider-Man shirt, so everyone knows I'm a comic book fan, and they feel my aura when I walk into the room.
With everything prepared for the day, it was time for my first stop, my local Barnes & Nobles.
I've made it to Barnes & Noble. And I know what you're thinking. Troy, why is Barnes & Noble your first stop on Free Comic Book Day? They don't have any free comic books here. And to that I respond, I don't know if any of my local comic book stores are even open yet. It's 9 in the morning, and I got a lot of places to be, so I'm starting at the place I know is open. So let's see what they got! I feel awkward filming in here. It's so fucking quiet. But the show must go on. Alright, let's see if they got any of the good stuff. Alright, I have to make sure I know this one. Okay. Boom. First shot. Blue Lock 28. This is coming home with me. And now let's look for JJK. Ooh. JJK 29. I said 22 in the video, but it's whatever. Now it's time to look at some graphic novels. Yeah, off the rip, I already forgot what I'm here to get. Dark Knight Returns. Okay. Sweet. Dark Knight Returns. Alright, we'll put you down for now. Next is Invincible. I don't see number 14 here. Alright, we got no Invincible, but we still can look for Dark Patterns and Firepower. If I remember correctly, Dark Patterns has like an orange spine. And I don't see it here. I don't know, this was like the one I was really expecting. What is this? Batman and Elmer Fudd? Isn't this the dude from like Looney Tunes? Anyways. I don't think Dark Patterns is here. That is just heartbreaking. Alright, so let's go down to Image. Can we find Firepower? I doubt it. Fire. Oh! Nice! Alright. Alright, since I'm already here, let me look for Ultra Mega and Scott Pilgrim, just in case. Alright. What? Oh. Ultra Mega 2. Nice. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for number 1. And Scott. Ah, there's no way. The 2 I already have. I need volumes 5 and 6. Alright. I guess that's enough of Barnes & Noble.
After I was done at Barnes, it was time to go to the first actual comic shop of the day, being Brave New Worlds. When I first arrived, I was honestly shocked at the turnout and the fact that there was a line outside a few minutes before they opened. I've been here a few times, but I haven't come on a really busy day, so it was cool seeing all the people hyped about the free stuff. They had like everything that was coming out today, so the first thing I looked out for was the Blue Lock. And lucky me, I was able to snag one. Once I grabbed my free books, I moved on to the toy section. I knew they had a big blocky section, so my goal for today was to look for the Rocket Raccoon blocky. At first I was only able to see the Transformers ones they usually have, and after walking around for a bit I also saw the McFarlane Rivals statues. They're cool and all, but unless they're dropping one for Magic, they ain't getting no money from me. I continued looking and found some Naruto's blockies, which I didn't know was a thing, but sadly only found Penny Parker, and for a price I wasn't too happy with. And with no Rocket in sight, my time at Brave New Worlds came to a close.
Hey y'all, I just got done going to Brave New Worlds. I wasn't expecting to go today, but I had some time to kill, so I thought I might make the drive over. I had a good time. There was a lot of people. As soon as I got there, there was a line that pulled up. I'm gonna tell you, I bought a drink, and it was cool. They had like a big selection of the free issues, which I wasn't really expecting, but they did have some things I wanted. Let's go over them real quick. First and foremost, I saw a big stack of these, got a big smile on my face. Boom! Blue Lock, full color selection number 1. This was the biggest thing I was hunting for today. I'm very happy I found it. Number 2, we got the Energon Universe Special. I'm excited to see this one. I took a peek inside to like the first few pages, and I think it's starting off with the Mask story, or could be G.I. Joe. I don't know. I didn't see any giant robots or people in space, so it wasn't Transformers or Void Rivals. And after that, the last one I got was Something is Killing the Children, Road to Slaughter. Some dude asked me about it, and I haven't read Something is Killing the Children, so I had to formate a conversation about a series I don't know. I'll insert the clip now.
Is this a prequel?
I'm not sure. I haven't read the series. I just thought it'd be cool to pick up.
I have the first trade paperback. It's pretty good.
Do you like it?
Found the paneling a little bit difficult at times. I couldn't tell if it was like full page across.
Right.
Overall, it was really cool. I show up there sometimes. It's not too local to me, but it's enough to go to today because it's for comic book day. But let's go to the next store.
After I was done there, I went to my main local comic book store, The Comic Collection. For those who watch my videos, you know this is my local comic book shop where I get my pulls every week. I didn't get a chance to record it, but there was a signing from a comic writer that shows up sometimes, and although admittedly I'm not the biggest fan of his work, it's always nice to see him. The selection here was pretty similar to that of Brave New Worlds, but I noticed they didn't have the Blue Lock issue, so I'm happy I was able to grab that in advance. After I grabbed some more free issues, I went over to check out the recently released trades section to see if a certain someone would be there, and I lucked out once again. After that, I just went up and paid. I didn't end up spending too much time here.
Hey y'all, we're once again back in the car. I just left the comic collection, my main LCS. It was pretty chill in there. I wanted to record a bit more, but it's kind of a small shop and there was a lot of people and I felt awkward recording them. But I did buy stuff. Let's just go over the free stuff I got. We got Decidium Ram V. I don't believe this was at the other store I went to. Brave New Worlds. It was not at Brave New Worlds, so I was happy to see this. And best comic book issue of all time, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, #1. Looks fun. And lastly, I got The Nice House on the Lake, #1. I forgot to mention this earlier when I was talking about both Nice House on the Lake and Something is Killing the Children. They're written by the same dude. What's his name? James Tynion the Fourth? They're written by the same dude. He writes a lot of books, and I haven't read anything by him, but he seems to be popping off recently. So I was excited to tap into his stuff. And guess what, y'all? We found it, Batman Dark Patterns, written by Dan Waters. I usually don't like buying trades from my LCS, if I'm being completely honest, because I get a bigger discount when I shop at Barnes & Noble. But I decided, you know, since it's my main store and it's free comic book day and people are usually just coming in for the free stuff, I'll throw him some money just because I felt like a nice person. But that's all for the comic collection. Let's go to the next store.
When I was finished there, I then went to Baby Gorilla Comics.
What the hell do they got going on down there?
As you can see by my reaction, I was pretty shocked to see how big of an event Baby Gorilla was having for Free Comic Book Day. When I arrived towards the front door, an employee walked up, greeted me, and said everything outside was half off. The free comics were on the table, and they were selling $1 posters. Anyone who knows me knows I love posters, so as soon as I heard that, I started going crazy. This was the first shop I went to that made a real event out of today, so it was cool seeing how many people came out to show support. I spent my first few minutes outside looking for back issues. I was looking for some Bendis Uncanny X-Men, Nightwing, and Batgirl, but ultimately didn't really find anything to take home. I then went inside to continue my hunt for Rocket Raccoon. One thing I like about this store in particular is their toy section. They have a crazy amount of Marvel Legends and McFarlane DC figures too, but sadly no blockies. I spent time looking for the Fantastic Four She-Hulk that came out a few months ago that I've had my eye on, and luckily it was still there, but I ended up not buying her. My money was getting low and I knew I still had a few more books to buy. I went back outside after a while and noticed they were doing a raffle where you could win a bundle of a bunch of Marvel Rivals covers, so obviously I entered. After all that, I picked up my last free issue of the day and decided it was time to go to my next store.
Hello y'all, I just got finished with Baby Gorilla Comics. Real big event they were having. A lot of people showed up. They had a bunch of back issues outside. It's still going on. But overall, I had a good time, right? I picked up the only Marvel thing I wanted because I only care for Infernal Hulk. And big thing that drew my attention, because I'm a big poster guy, they had $1 posters. So I picked up Absolute Wonder Woman, as you can see. I'm pretty happy about this. No clue where I'm going to put it, but that does not matter. If I had to complain about something, their store is really small, right? There's a really tiny store, and there's hella people there. So it was getting hot, it was getting congested. I was sweating all of my balls and dick off. But besides that, it was really nice. I think I'd enjoy it a little more if they had more room I could walk around in, but I had a good time. Let's go to the next one.
The last actual comic book store I went to for today was Wade's Comic Madness.
I know that ain't what I think it is.
I love coming to Wade's every year because I know there's always going to be a cosplayer or two just hanging out near the store, and this year we got Cap. Once again, I didn't spend too much time at the store since I already had all the free issues I wanted for the day. I decided to look for some more trades. They're usually pretty well stocked, so it was no surprise I was able to find the Invincible volume I was looking for. But once again, I was not able to find Ultra Mega Volume 1. While exploring for a bit, I found a long box full of trades. They were only $10 each, so I'd spend most of my time digging around there. After finding 2 trades I was happy with, I went to go check out and peeped the blocky section they had towards the front. The only Rivals one I saw was the Venom, and at that point I knew I wouldn't be able to find Rocket Raccoon. I made my purchases and went on to my last store of the day.
Hey guys, we're back in the car once again. I just got finished with Wade's Comic Madness, and it went a lot different than I expected. You know, usually when on free comic book day, there's like, you know, like characters popping up and stuff, and there's like people selling stuff outside. And there was that, but there wasn't as many as I was expecting. I only really saw Captain America. No offense to him. Shout out to Steve Rogers. But let's go over the shit I bought. We got Invincible. Shout out to Miss Adam Eve. We were not able to find Ultra Mega, but as you saw in the $10 bins, I saw some other really cool shit. So we got both G.I. Joe Volume 1 and Exquisite Corpses Volume 1. 2 image books. I literally only bought image books, which was not the plan, but it's kind of cool. Also, when I went to go purchase, the dude asked me like, "Oh, do you want a kid's bag, or a teen bag, or an adult bag?" And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck you're referring to. I'll take an adult bag. And he's like, okay. And then he handed me it. It's literally like every free thing that came out today. Everything. And I literally spent the whole day like getting them on my own. And I now have doubles and a bunch of other shit that I wasn't even planning on taking home. So I don't really know what to do with this. I'll be honest with you. I guess when I get home, I can sort through them and maybe I'll like give them out to the local children or whatever, because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But that was Wade's. It is time for our final store of the day. Barnes & Noble. The other one, not the one I went to before. Okay.
I'll be honest, y'all. The money is running low. So I'm probably only going to get like one thing. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get more. I don't know. I could get Scott Pilgrim. I could. I wouldn't be mad at that, but is Ultra Mega here? Under you. Down there? No? Not seeing Ultra Mega. I guess Scott Pilgrim is coming home with me today.
Hello everybody. We are back in the car for the final time because I spent way too much money today. But as you guys just saw, I picked up Scott Pilgrim. This is the color collection. It includes volumes 5 and 6. And I believe that's it. That is how I spent my free comic book day. I bought a lot of stuff and I got a lot of free comics. And I had a good time. I like seeing people, you know, passionate about the things I'm also passionate about, you know. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm filming this on Free Comic Book Day. It'll probably be out within the next few days or so. But yeah. Stay safe, be kind, read more comic books. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye, 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 bye.